Welcome to the Eutaw Street Banter podcast.
Welcome, everybody, to another episode here on the Eutaw Street Banter podcast. I'm Cody. With me, like always, is Elijah. What's up, man? How are you?
I'm doing good. You know, just making through some more days. Some Orioles baseball.
Yeah, Orioles baseball is finally enjoyable to watch.
Somewhat.
Summertime is almost here, as Kenny Chesney would sing. If you don't know that, you need to check yourself, because Summertime, that's a great song. But yeah, I mean, it seems like every thing is starting to come in now. School's just about out for all the kiddos.
Yeah,
and
summer's about in full swing.
Yeah, it's
weather's starting to get warmer.
Yeah, we had some huge news happen this week. As we're going to talk a little bit about the Cardinals, and this is a big deal because we're not talking about the St. Louis Cardinals. We're talking about the Millsboro Little League Cardinals, the T-ball team. We went out there, got ourselves a medal. If you're watching, you can see on the YouTube. My daughter hit a walk-off home run to end the game. That being said, she was the last batter, and when it's the last batter, you run around all the bases. So no matter what, so we're just gonna take it. We're gonna take the dub. We beat the Rays. We put them down. I'm just kidding. We don't even keep score, guys. There's no outs or nothing. But no, we had a great year. I always kept bragging on the coaching that she had there this year. As a coach myself, I truly don't know how T-ball coaches do it. So if you're one of those, I'd say if you're an under 12 Little League coach, or, I'm going to say Little League coach because you don't know what you're getting. You're a saint, and there's a special place in heaven for you. So, you just, as long as you...
Unless you're the one that just, yells at the kids.
Yeah, they don't do that
I don't
guy.
think you should put out a message saying, all of them.
Don't be that guy.
I've seen enough videos online.
You know who you are. You know who you are.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it was a fun year. My daughter had a great time. And then another news is the Swamp Donkeys in fantasy baseball beat the Bradish Bunch, which is Elijah's team here. I'm the Swamp Donkeys in fantasy. Absolutely just a butt kicking. I mean, almost won by 100.
Hey, Cody, what's your record?
But
Cody, what's your record this year?
I put them down.
Cody, what's your record this year? He's not saying that because I've only lost 2 games.
No, you lost
or
3. You're
games,
8-3, and I'm 7-4. I'm a game back.
I'm a game better.
I put him in his place, guys. I mean, sometimes we got to do that.
Well, this week was more of a developmental week for me because I have in our league, we have contracts to give out, so I draft prospects, and I got Jack Caglianone with my last pick. So it was more of a developmental week.
Yeah.
Get his feet wet in the league, get his bearings in. He really put it together, had a 10-point game for me on Sunday.
Did he really?
He went 4 for 4. Classic Royals fashion. Went 4 for 4, did not get a single RBI or run scored.
Wow.
So it's kind of impressive.
Wow.
But he's putting it together for me. And speaking of another prospect that's coming up is Roman Anthony.
Oh, yeah.
He got the call up Monday night. And we'll see what the kid can do. He looks pretty good, and I'm going to be honest. I don't know if you saw the grand slam that he hit the other night in AAA. He crushed.
The only thing I'll say, because Red Sox fans, you do love your prospects, and I get it because us Orioles fans like the same thing. But I mean, as somebody that has past 4 years been going through prospects, good luck, have fun, because we had a guy that just hit home runs every time too in AAA, and he can't buy a hit. He did get a double the other day, right?
Yeah.
Double. But yeah, he does look like a stud.
Yeah,
You're right.
Looks good.
Yeah.
We'll see. I mean, as long as he's not good against us.
Yeah, that's for real.
We'll preface.
Right.
The one I did want to talk about, though, because I just think this is hilarious, is if you guys got a chance to watch the Cubs game the other day, Nico Horner got ejected after striking out on a ball. Give it to him. It was a ball.
You're having a rough day. That's what he said.
Yeah, that's what there was a hot mic, and he just turned around to the ref. Wow. Goodness, I'm losing.
He's getting red cards.
Yeah, he's getting the ump turns around. The ump just says, "You're having a bad day," and immediately, the words just finished coming out of his mouth, and the ump was already talking.
It was a rookie umpire. It was.
And then I really liked though that the manager came out and he just, "What are you doing? Just what are you doing?" That's all he had to say.
Yeah.
Just what are you doing?
Yeah, I will say so. What a quick toss that was. That's unacceptable. Because people don't come to see the umpires. No. But I will give the umpire credit on one thing, and I believe that was his only bad call of the whole game. I watched I forget what Instagram it is. I'm sorry, but they grade umpires.
Yeah.
And but so the umpire didn't have that bad of a day, but you gotta be like not so soft that he didn't even cuss you out and talk about your mom or nothing.
I told you this early. This can't be the worst thing that he's ever been told.
Yeah.
This season, let alone ever on the baseball field.
I mean, you couldn't even umpire an 8U travel ball.
No.
Like
those moms would tear him apart.
Oh my God, yeah. Oh, that's
well, you know where I know I would want it to be this weekend is at the Marlins versus the Rockies, where the Rockies got their first, not just their first series win of the year, their first sweep of the year too against the Marlins. So if you know any Marlins fans, you may need to give them a call just to check in, see how they're doing. The Marlins actually came out and said they lost money this series by just staffing to have the park because they had a total of 19,000 people show up. No, not for one game, for the entire series.
Oh my God.
19,000 people for a series.
And like, they're not like, they're bad, right? But they have some people to be excited about.
Yeah, like Kyle Stowers.
Yeah, for real though.
No, yeah, they have some good. I mean, I think it's just the combo with the Marlins are bad and the Rockies are really bad. Like, I would want to go see the Rockies play my team because you think you're going to win. I mean, if you're Marlins, maybe you're like, well, this would be the one we get swept.
But at least like back in the day, the Rockies, you could see black.
Yeah, or Arenado. Yeah. Somewhat Cargo. But there's
only like a couple guys.
Herman Marquez. He's not even doing great this year.
Tovar. I mean, but unless you're a baseball fan, I bet you don't know who he is.
No. The average baseball fan couldn't name 3 people on the Rockies.
Yeah, true. Sorry, Rockies fans, but I know you're not watching.
Why would they don't watch their own podcast? They're not watching ours. Someone familiar though got a shot. You know, this is crazy. This young kid, he got the call and he got to come out and prove it. And sadly, he did get DFA'd right after. But you know, he's 37 years young. Yeah. Craig Kimbrell got another shot with the Braves.
Yeah. I'm confused by this because he didn't do bad. He gave up one hit.
Well, they watched us last year. I saw how he would do good, but then the next time he comes out, he'd do awful.
Why? Because like it was crazy how the Braves social media and everything, they made a big deal about this. Yeah. Like he's back. You know,
it's like the prodigal son return though, because I mean he came up with them and did. I mean he was amazing for years, and that was like 50 years ago.
That was so awkward. What a weird.
But did you see who got DFA'd to make room for him?
I tell you, he blew it. He did blow it.
Scott Blewett's back in orange. We traded for him from the Braves after we sent him to them earlier this season. I think this is like the 3rd time he's been brought in and got rid of by the Braves. Poor guy has been like everywhere this year.
Yeah.
But he's back in orange now, and Craig Kimbrell's back in Gwinnett, the AAA affiliate for the Braves, because he's all done. I just wanted to talk about him because I saw this was impressive to me. So Manny Machado has had you should go look at his stats. He should be your all-star third baseman, honestly. I'm sure I'm forgetting someone that's been doing amazing, but
I mean, it's Manny Machado, yeah.
It's Manny Machado. He's looking really good this year. And I don't know if you're aware, he is past the 60 WAR threshold this season.
Wow.
Which is pretty good, you know. I'd have to say, right?
Yeah.
I would say it's pretty good. So that already puts him in the top like 150, 200 of all time.
Jeez.
I just did some quick math though. So he is going to be playing until he's 40 years old. He's got 9 more seasons left, including this one.
And he's very durable.
And he's very, like, he's been very consistent.
Yeah.
You kind of know what, like, since he's been on the Padres, he's gotten 3, 4, 5 WAR somewhere in there.
Yeah.
So I just gave him like 3 or 4 WAR season for the next 9 years.
Right.
He would get, if he does that, he ends with more career WAR than Cal Ripken Jr.
Whoa.
But it's a realistic possibility that he could be the 2nd or 3rd highest WAR of a third baseman of all time. He'll not touch Alex Rodriguez, I don't think, who's pretty high up there. But I mean, Cal Ripken's got 95.9, and I think it's very realistic that he could do it. I don't think he'd be able to catch Frank Robinson to be like the highest WAR of an Oriole that's ever had the highest WAR. But it's going to be interesting to see. I feel like almost take it for granted how many kind of legends there are playing right now. Like people forget about Mike Trout, Bryce Harper. Like we're playing in kind of like there's a lot of really good baseball players now, and don't like you can't just look to the past or look to the future. I mean, Manny Machado's been playing forever, and he's really good. I just saw that, and it kind of was surprised. I was like, wow, he's really good. He's been really good for a long time.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's crazy, dude. Yeah. That's great. Speaking of past Orioles that well, Manny's crushing it, but a guy that's not crushing it, Corbin Burns is having was told this week that he is having Tommy John surgery.
Yeah.
So his season will be over. I just know 100% that that would have been us. Like, I could just feel it how this season is going.
I mean, I just want to put it out there. I did kind of call this last week. I said that he said it was dead.
Yeah.
And I mean, he knew.
You could kind of
And
see
I know I called Cody and he told me about it. I was like, I told you so.
Yeah.
I'm sure I was nowhere near the first person to report on that.
Right.
I saw someone else. But I am very glad that that's not us. Would have sucked, but at the same time, at least we got a good few months out of them.
Yeah, it's insane how many of the top paid starting pitchers are injured. I mean, Blake Snell's out. He's making 36.4. Garrett Cole's out 36. Corbin Burns is out 35 mil. Tyler Glasnow's out 27.
Yeah.
And Yamamoto, he's been in and out 27. But I mean, that's a lot of your top tier. Okay. I don't know if you want to say this guy, but Ohtani's making 70. You know what I mean? So he's not out, but he's not pitching.
Oh yeah.
So it's one of those things. DeGrom just came back. He's making 37. But looking at this grid in the top 10 highest paid starting pitchers, Zach Wheeler's making 42. He's still in. Max Fried's 27. He's still in. I'll keep Yamamoto in there. That's 27. And Rondon, 27. So what is that? 3 out of 10 haven't had almost season-ending injuries.
And I mean, if you want to go look at it, my favorite place to just take a look at on Instagram is Tommy John surgery. It's a verified account. It's just someone that posts every time someone gets Tommy John. And I mean, it's crazy. Just to look how many studs are. Like Evan Phillips the other day is getting Tommy John. Yeah, you can just scroll and just see plenty of different players. It's a real problem in baseball that does need to be addressed, but I'm nowhere near smart enough.
Yeah.
Nor have the money to figure out how to address it.
You don't have the money. Yeah, we don't have the money to address it, or if we did address it, of how it would help us.
No, because I think,
but that makes sense.
Pitchers are now throwing more pitches just in their life than ever. I mean, you think about it. You're starting now. You don't just have Little League anymore. And then, you'll play travel ball when you're 14, 15, 16. People are starting to play travel at 6, 7, 8 years old now. Mm. You got them throwing curveballs and changeups and stuff that puts pressure on the elbow from 8 years old on.
Yeah, crazy.
And you're trying to just throw as hard as, which obviously the goal is to throw as hard as possible every time. But when you're pushing, I mean, now for a Division I pitcher, you have to be 95 plus consistent. If you're righty, if you're lefty, you could just throw some filthy stuff and be fine.
It's crazy. I saw some interesting stats the other day, and this is about attendance. So the Orioles currently have the second worst year-to-year attendance change in the MLB. So it's this year to last year.
Let's go, guys.
Now, this doesn't count. I'm not counting two teams. I'm not counting the Oakland A's, and I'm not counting the Tampa Bay Rays. Because they went from massive stadiums, went from stadiums that would hold massive.
I can't even
to minor league stadiums. So they're out. But the only team under us is St. Louis Cardinals, who had a massive change, mainly because they're not used to not being great.
Yeah.
So, but the Baltimore Orioles are at a negative 13%, which is not good. They went from around 26,000 last year per game to now a little around 22.5 a game. So that's pretty nuts just to see kind of how the fans are reacting to all of this. I can't believe. I mean, what I really can't believe. So we're at negative 13, which is crazy.
Yeah. It's not really
the Cardinals.
if you...
No, I get it. No. What I was gonna say is crazy. Is the Cardinals are at a negative 20.
Wow.
I mean negative 20%. They went from 37,000 last year to now they're averaging 29.
But I mean, if you think about
almost 10,000,
like you said, they were serious contenders every single season for years.
Yeah.
And they've been rough the past few years.
Yeah.
I wouldn't like if I was their fans either.
Yeah.
Make magic happen with Emily at Blue Crab Travel, your Disney vacation expert. Ready to experience the wonder of Disney? Let her help you plan the ultimate Disney getaway. Whether you're heading to Disneyland, Walt Disney World, or a Disney cruise, she has you covered. Emily can take care of custom Disney itineraries, tailored to your family's needs and preferences. She also can help find you exclusive discounts on Disney hotels, tickets, and packages. Imagine a stress-free vacation with hassle-free booking for accommodations, dining reservations, and fast passes. From character meet and greets to thrilling rides, Emily will make sure every moment is unforgettable. Email Emily Jones today at emilyjones@bluecrabtravel.com to start planning your dream Disney vacation.
Yeah, so guys, it's everybody's favorite time of the week. It is Orioles box scores. So if you don't want to, actually, you know what? I think you should stick around this time, at least until I'm done with the first series. So I'm only going to go over the last two series that we've had. That will be with the Mariners and the A's,
And just
because
before we-
you can't say anything first before that.
Before we talk about the Mariners, they were 33-31.
They're good.
500. They're in a playoff spot, I think.
And-
Almost at a
And they have some of the best pitching in the major leagues.
Yeah.
You know,
just to preface before we get into that.
yeah.
'cause
So
we beat them.
yeah, we beat them. So the Orioles sweep the Mariners. The game won on June 3rd. We faced George Kirby. All right, the Orioles win 5-1 behind Sugano. Sugano goes 7 innings and only gives up 1 run. Does great. But I think the big one for me is Baker was lights out. Bautista did well. But the big news here, guys, is the milkman was back, as Elijah's shirt would say. He hits a home run in his game back. Man, it just like the whole team was different.
Yeah.
Like it's like you could just see he's a fun guy, fun dude to hang out with. You can just tell, and just brings a lot of energy. But so the milkman's back, and then you're gonna hear this for quite a bit in this box score run. Rutschman has a huge day also. The Orioles had 13 hits, but Rutschman went 3 for 5. June 4th, the Orioles are in game 2. Cade Povich pitched great. Orioles win this game 3-2. Povich goes 5 1/3, gives up 2 runs, 5 strikeouts. Rutschman also hits a home run this game. Kjerstad goes 2 for 3 with a triple. Doesn't get picked off this time. Thank God. They did amazing. Really happy to see that. Win a close game.
Yeah.
June 5th, the Orioles also beat the Mariners to finish off the series sweep. They win 4-3. Eflin does okay. Gives up 8 hits, scatters 3 runs throughout that. Strikes out 7, which saved him. Rutschman with another home run in this game. It was pretty cool. Him and Gunnar Henderson go back-to-back against Wu, one of the best young pitchers coming up in the major leagues. That's the guy that Elijah keeps trying to trade for. I agree. No, I agree. I'm not.
Yeah, I mean,
he's a stud. He's a stud.
We put up 4 runs against him. That was his second worst game of the season.
Yeah, he's a stud. Like, anyway, he couldn't believe nobody could believe that somebody hit a home run off. Like, because that's how good this guy is. So the Orioles offense was crushing it, and then you go to Las Vegas, not yet, Sacramento to play the A's in a minor league park, thinking we're just going to score 10 every game. Not the case. The Orioles really played down to our competition here. On June 6th, the first game, the Orioles lose 4-5. Well, I don't like how I said that. They lose 5-4. The A's win. Kramer really stunk. So Kramer goes 5 1/3, gives up 5 runs, 2 strikeouts. Carlson and Holiday both homer. I really needed more from Kramer when you're pitching against the A's. It's just very frustrating. He had 1 inning. I think he gave up 4 runs. He's lucky he only gave up 4.
I will say, to make you feel better about that, I think it's the second highest batting average in like runs scored in Cedar Health Park across all of baseball. Like the only better hitting stadium I think is Coors.
Oh, really?
So when we only score 1 run later in it, just disregard that entirely for that one.
Right.
But I just mean for right now,
in general,
that's why.
In general. Yeah. The second game of the series, June 7th, Orioles win this game 7-4, as Morton really struggled, making everybody want to turn off your TV because Morton goes 2 1/3. So only gets 2 1/3. Gives up 4 runs, 4 walks. Whenever you see him walking people, he's going to be a bad day. Yeah. But guys, listen. We've had a time where our starters were starting to be pretty good, and the bullpen really stunk. But the bullpen absolutely dominated. They only give up 2 hits the rest of the game. So Morton comes out in the third with 1 out, right? And the bullpen gives up 2 hits and scattered it throughout the rest of the game. Laureano and Cowser both homer. And Rutschman again doubled. does amazing. Love to see that.
Yeah.
Love to see the fight because we used to when we were down 4 early. I think it was 4-1. When you're down, when the offense just shuts down.
Oh yeah.
So love to see and Laureano hit a moonshot.
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of Laureano. I feel like you can almost pencil him in like every other game for like a home run, and then like 3 strikeouts.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll take the home run.
No, absolutely, I'll take it. The one thing about Morton though is I talked good about him last week, and I don't know if that's why I did good, but that's why I did bad. But what I just need him to do is we got to understand he's not going to be 6 innings pitched, 1 earned run.
Yeah.
I don't think every time he'll be this either. I would just love for him to find the nice middle ground.
Yeah.
I don't need him to be electric. Don't want him to be bad.
Can we give up 3 through 6?
Even 3 through 5, I'll take.
Okay.
Maybe 4 through 6. I don't know if 3 through 6 is asking too much.
Yeah.
I don't need it to be a quality starter.
So not 4 through 2.
Not 4 through 2. No. I would like him to pitch more innings than runs he gives up.
Sure. I hear you. All right. To finish out the series, Sunday, June 8th, the Orioles lose again. 5-1. Sugano here struggled. I mean, he didn't. He's not Sugano that we were used to seeing. Believe it or not, the past Sugano's been our ace. I'll be honest with you. Eflin hasn't been the ace. Sugano's been our ace. Sugano goes 4 1/3, 4 runs, only 3 earned because of Gunner's error. Sorry. Rutschman goes 2 for 3 in this game also, but obviously it's not enough. 5-1. We lose, but my big thing coming off, Cowser's hitting dingers, Rutschman's hitting the ball. Good things going to happen, right? Henderson still is like, he's just not Henderson, or he's not Gunner, you know what I mean?
His defense is honestly what I need to step up.
Yeah, but when we can get Rutschman and Cowser going, Henderson's going to get.
I mean, yet again, you say he's not going right now.
I know he's still the best.
Hitting 19% better for his baseball stat, league average.
But we're used to MVP Gunner.
I know we are. You also have to think that.
You know what I like?
Take it for granted. He was hurt at the end.
I don't know if Hyde said this, or if some of the news staff said it. I don't remember who said it, but they're like, you know, a lot of kids that are Gunnar Henderson's age right now are playing in the College World Series.
Yeah, he's 24.
Yeah,
and
that's crazy.
I mean, now with the way that eligibility is, you could play till you're 26 or whatever.
Yeah. So you still have a chance. Yeah. You get it.
Well, no, the one thing, I mean, we could definitely tell over the past few weeks is that I don't know. I'm not going to say that firing Hyde was good. Something did change, I think. Yeah. I think it's pretty clear that if you go back and look at when that happened, there was kind of a shift.
Yeah.
We've had more energy the past few weeks.
Thank goodness.
Yeah. So I don't know if you're aware, but currently the Orioles are 26-38. It's not great. Not where we want us to be, right? But over our last 16 games, we've gone 10-6. So that's winning. No, it's not bad. And that's going against the Red Sox, Cardinals, White Sox, Mariners, and Athletics. Winning a few games, sweeping 2 of those, obviously. But 6 wins in a row is pretty good for us all. If we keep that pace up just for the next 48 games, if we were to go 30-18, some rough math there, 30-18, right? Okay. We do that, we will be back at 500.
Ooh.
We'll be 56-56. That puts us, I believe, we would be 56-56 right at the beginning of August against the Cubs in that series. Okay. It's in that series right there. That takes us right after the trade deadline because the trade deadline is July 31st. Okay. I think if we keep that pace up, we could realistically see ourselves fighting for a wild card spot and not trading away the farm.
Okay.
Now, that could be something scary because the Orioles haven't been consistent this year. We got a lot of good teams we're going to be playing. But you want to know why I say, well, we've done something like this in the past. What was our record 48 games of the season last season, Cody?
We were pretty good.
It's 30-18.
Okay.
The exact record that I say we did.
Yeah, right.
Which is obviously we're in a much worse spot than we were then, but I think that's still doable.
Yeah.
Still very doable. The Orioles, even when they started struggling, were still able to stay afloat last season and keep it going for a bit. And I think we just kind of have this as the opposite. We just need to go gas pedal down. Right. And from now until the 3rd of August, we have many series, starting with 3 games against the Tigers, 3 games against the Angels, 4 against the Rays, then 3 with the Yankees, 3 with the Rangers, back to another series with the Rays, Rangers. Then we go into the Braves, Mets, Marlins. Then you have the All-Star break. So you're into July now. And then you have Rays, Guardians, Rockies, Blue Jays, Cubs. That takes you into August.
Gotcha.
So of those games, 30 of them are against teams above 500.
Okay.
18 games are against teams below 500. But I was looking. Of those teams above 500, you have teams like the Blue Jays, you have teams like the Rays, teams like the Guardians. It's kind of uncertain what's happening with them. The Blue Jays have been off and on all year. Same with the Rays. The Rays are going to ray. The Guardians are not looking like the Guardians from last year. If you look, the Tigers, the Yankees, and the Cubs and Mets, those are 4 teams. They're still going to be good whenever we play them. Guarantee it. Tigers we play this week. They're still good, obviously. Yankees are going to be the Yankees, but it's an AL East series divisional rival. You never know what's happening there.
Right.
The Cubs are looking very good this season, but who knows where they're at by August. Same with the Mets. They've been kind of all over the place a little bit, but they've been good. If you look at these games, yes, some teams are above 500, but there's 26 games we play that are against teams with a winning percentage at or below 500, playing against teams below 500.
Okay.
So they have a losing record against teams with losing records. That's us. We have a losing record. Those are the Angels, Rangers, Braves, Marlins, the Rockies, and then you also have the Guardians, Blue Jays, and Cubs who have losing records against teams with losing records. So that's a good sign for someone like us.
Absolutely.
I know I'm throwing a lot of numbers out there. I'm just trying to make it so it's not just all butterflies and wishes.
Yeah.
Thinking that I'm just going
I think it's feasible.
It's like this is something that could happen.
Yeah.
It is realistic that we could put this together. And I'm not saying that 30-18 isn't what has to happen, right? We could go 32-14 or 32-16. We could go 40 and whatever. I'm not trying to do the math right now. But we could do that. Or we could lose more games than 30. But it's just we just need to keep progressing upward. We need to keep progressing upward.
Yeah.
That's really what the goal is here. And you don't know why that's a good sign. Because are you aware what Adley Rutschman's stats are over the last 28 days?
They have to be going up, right?
They are, yeah. He's batting at 269 with a 795 OPS, which isn't great, but over the last 14 days, it gets even better. In the last 7 days, it's even better.
Yeah.
He's been getting better as of late.
Yeah.
Gunnar Henderson's been getting better. Jackson Holliday should be your starting second baseman for the AL All-Star team.
He's crushing.
He's crushing it. Ryan O'Hearn should be your starting DH for the AL All-Star team. He's crushing it. Kowser's back. Westberg is very soon coming back. Mullins will be back in June. Suarez, O'Neill, and Sanchez are coming back in mid-June. Mountcastle should be coming back by the beginning of August. Grayson Rodriguez, don't know when he's coming back. Sometime, hopefully, in August. And then Bradish and Wells are also coming back June, July, August, somewhere around there. We will be getting our guys back. If we can be because, look, we got to think about this like Mike Elias. If we're anywhere near competitive, we're not going to trade away. But we're also not going to trade for people if we're around 500. He's not going to take this swing. He's going to think about Bradish, Wells, Grayson. These are our additions at the deadline.
Right.
And if we get them around that time, it could be enough of a push to get us somewhere.
Yeah.
That's really all I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean, it has to be huge too. What you've seen it is, I think part of the momentum and emotional change is just like guys getting guys back.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I can't imagine being in that clubhouse and every day, I mean, somebody else. I mean, it's just crazy how that was happening. Whereas at least
It's like a cycle.
yeah, it's crazy. In 2 days we had Mullins and Mountcastle go out back to back. But the good news about that was you really didn't get 2 down only because you saw Kowser and Westberg getting ready to come back. I mean, guys, you're forgetting too is Kowser isn't just a center field outfielder. Kowser should have been rookie of the year.
Yeah.
Okay, we're getting him back. And then you have an all-star in Jordan Westberg that's finally coming back. So those are 2 guys. It's like 2 major pieces that have been out for most of the year. I mean, we've seen Westberg in a little bit. He hasn't been in. Like, Westberg's been hurt all year long since spring training here is back.
Yeah, I mean, you say that. I mean, Kowser got hurt, the third game of the season or something like that?
Yeah. I mean,
and
so
if you think it's not possible, I would almost bet that we're not the only team in this situation. There will be 2 teams, like one of us is one, that are going to be making a playoff push that are really bad right now. So if you look at our record right now, we're 26-38. Well, do you know who's 27-37? And I would have to just bet based on who they are that they're going to be in a playoff position or pushing for one. The Braves. They're right where we are. And it's going to be interesting to see if both of us turn it around because I feel like they're in a similar situation. They've been hurt by injuries a lot too. But I'm not going to bet against them either.
That's great.
I mean, we have to play them and they've been doing rough. So I hope they keep on doing rough against us. But I think the trajectory of a lot of this team can keep going upwards and even more so later in the season. A lot can change. I mean, the Rays, the way that they're built, they're 4 games above or 5 games above 500 right now. We play them in a week and a half. They could be below 500 by then and just tank.
Yeah, I just think it's going to be, a lot of people aren't thinking about this either, is I'm really hoping we can get Gary Sanchez back, because I love Kerstead, and I think he's turning things around.
Yeah.
But guys, he's not turning things around batting against a lefty.
Yeah.
So can you imagine if when we have a lefty come up, Rutschman goes to first or Sanchez goes to first? And because that's what they were hoping would happen. They were hoping to be able to get Rutschman at first and get and then they'll be able to get O'Hearn in the outfield, take Kersted's spot there, because O'Hearn's so good right now. He's batting every time.
Matter.
He's batting everywhere.
Yeah.
Right. So O'Hearn's our savior right now because he's saving everything. But and just to get Kersted not batting against lefties so much and have a massive power hitter against a lefty, remember, guys, he's going to hit a home run or strike out. So, but Kersted, he's going to strike out or
Kersted's not ground
out
out anything valuable against
a lefty. But a righty right now, he's doubling, tripling. He's doing good.
Fine. He looks embarrassing against
it's crazy.
Yeah.
You know, it reminds me so much of Chris Davis.
Yeah.
And like on lefties, guys. He's not striking out every time. So I want to be clear. I am a Kersted fan. A lot of you aren't, but I think he's still young. Like, I mean, he has less at bats than any of our other young guys.
Yeah. I mean, he does now, and that's what, like I say. I mean, we need. It's really just crucial to have all these guys back, because then you also think about it. Well, if you get Westbrook back, Arias probably isn't playing every day, so that's another bat that you have off the bench that can go against the lefty.
Yeah,
that's true. Because you also think about, you have Cowser back now, who of course can take over center field role. Maybe Carlson's playing a little bit less, but then when Mullins gets back, what do you kind of do then? That's a lot of lefties.
Yeah,
which is what our problem was why we signed O'Neill.
Yeah,
it goes back to all of that, but it's still.
I just see a lot of tough coaching decisions. For our staff, because I mean, you say, okay, well, let's send Carlson down. Really? You want to send the guy that's hitting really well right now? Yeah. And defense is perfect. I mean, Dylan Carlson's doing really well. It's one of those things where it's like it's hard because the guys that you wouldn't expect to do very good right now are the ones winning us ball games. So, and then there's nobody. You can't be sending anybody from the pitch staff anywhere because we need everything we can get.
Well, I mean, we have Blewett. I'm sure he might be DFA'd by the time this gets out. It's just the way that we've.
That's true. Yeah, but yeah. Anyway, I love that we're optimistic. Finally, I mean, we might not be next week. No, we're gonna try. We're gonna try to be optimistic.
Yeah, because I have to understand.
We went through like a month of being
even if we come back, we've only won 1 game out of the next. We have to understand we are playing the Tigers. And I'm going to be honest, if we get swept by Tigers, I ain't going to feel too bad. They're the best team in baseball right now.
Yeah, we have to win the first game because, obviously you guys probably know if we won it already. But because we got Scooble in game 3.
Well, yeah, and
Casey Mize. But
I don't even know, the pitcher for game 1 is, I don't even know what his first name is. It's Gibson Law.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You
have to beat him.
Yeah, but anyway, I mean, you got Casey Mize game 2. He's 6-1, but I've had him on my fantasy team, and he has not been good lately. So bad I actually dropped him. 6-1 is, Elijah likes to say everything about the wins and losses. He's kind of right on this.
I'm right all the time. Wins don't matter.
Yeah, right. But Scooble, one of the best pitchers in baseball. So can we take 2 out of 3? That'd be amazing.
Guys, if we take 2 out of 3, I think people would start to take us more seriously.
I would take us more seriously. Yes,
I would too. Yeah, no. Because you can only beat up on the White Sox, so we need more teams like the Mariners, and then you can only lose to the A's.
Yeah, we didn't even talk about that too much, that we swept the White Sox. But yeah, with sweeping the White Sox, you're like, okay, we beat teams we should beat. Because I know our records are the same, but we are not the White Sox. And then when you beat the Mariners, you're like, okay, good. It's just I wish, I realistically think that we could have won 9. We won 6 in a row, but we could have won 9. But that's okay. That's okay. We're going to let it go down. Remember, everybody, the All-Star ballot is open, so we can definitely be voting our guys in. Let's make sure we get as many people from the Baltimore Orioles in there as possible.
See Holiday and O'Hearn starting.
Yeah.
That's all that's realistically going to start.
Yeah, so let's see that. Let's see. Can we get Batista in there? That'd be amazing.
And if all fails, just save it to all Yankees.
Yeah.
And Dodgers.
Yeah, Yankee and Red
Sox. Like let's get actual good people. focus on who you're voting on. Like,
Yeah. So, but yeah, anyway, thank you all for listening to another episode here on the Eutaw Street Banter. I would really thank you so much if you could give us a like and a subscribe on YouTube. Make sure you follow us on that also. Also, remember we're on Apple Podcasts and Spotify, where you can
so if you
almost
listen to us 3 times.
3 times. Just hit us up on all. Hey, just go ahead and click it. Just click it. No, I'm just kidding.
Skip forward a little.
Yeah. No, but truly, thank you so much. We appreciate you guys sticking with us. Still a rough start of the Orioles season, but hopefully we'll turn around and we get more fun.
Yeah.
And
hopefully this can be like last season, just
flipped around. Absolutely. Well, thank you all again so much. We will see you next week here on the Eutaw Street Banter podcast. Have a great week, guys.
See ya.